Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we begin, I'm gonna show you one thing. Look at the amount of topaz I have. 2 topaz, okay? It's really sad for me now, but because of a lot of item unequipping and re-equipping and so many changes that I have to do, and also the change in traits that I have to prepare. So thankfully NM recently announced that they'll be allowing gold for unequipping weapons. So well, this can be good or bad, because until the costs are released, I feel that as long as there's an alternative currency, there's always an option to balance our resources, and instead of heavily relying on one resource, we can always use another resource. So well, it's a positive thing, but we have no idea how expensive it will be to use gold to unequip. So maybe all in all, we are still back using topaz. Okay, so since I have a topaz crunch recently, let me to think about farming for topaz. Okay, I actually made a post about it on Reddit. Okay, on the 7-Night Reddit a month ago. I put the link in the description about topaz farming. So you may think can topaz really be farmed? And I will say yes, it can. But first, you have to transcend heroes. Okay, and there's 2 ways to transcend heroes. Okay, so the first way will be to power up and rank them up, and then followed by transcendence. Okay, this method 1. The second way is to power up and fuse all your fodders, okay, and transcend whatever hero that you get. Okay, and I'm saying fusing and ranking of 5-star heroes. Okay, so I think very basically at a glance you can see that method 2 actually costs less, because you don't have to rank up, and this costs less gold. Okay, and since in both cases power up of the heroes is necessary, so this is pretty much a fixed cost for you in order to get a 6-star hero. Okay, so we're gonna later on in the video we're gonna ignore this power up cost. Okay, because we assume that all heroes to get to 6-star you have to do power up anyway. And of course you will say that we can also obtain 6-star heroes via our monthly selectors, freebies and synthesis. Okay, but all these are periodical, and we want to focus on ways where we can actually sustain our topaz on a daily basis in the long run. Okay, so we're gonna exclude all these free 6-star heroes that are coming in. Okay, so before I proceed, I just want to warn you that this video can get pretty statistical. Okay, so do bear with me. There's gonna be quite a lot of figures. I'll try to make it as simple as possible for you to understand, and also I put in a lot of effort for this video. So I hope you give me a like, and also do subscribe to my channel. It will mean so much to me. Okay, so why did I even start about thinking about topaz farming? Because in my previous video, previous Aragon Always Assists series, you will remember that I talked about the importance of light heroes and how they are actually used to transcend for easy topaz, whereas you can sell all other heroes and save all other elements for special heroes to be sold for soul essence. Okay, so user Joe Blog actually asked me on Reddit, at what point would the cost of transcending outweigh the rewards that you get? So outweigh the amount of topaz that you get. Like, at what point would it be not worth to actually do transcending for topaz? So I didn't really quite get it at first, because to me I thought like, well, as long as the more you transcend, the more cost it involves, the more topaz you get, and that's very standard. That's a very straightforward kind of thinking. But I actually went to look at the numbers more, and I came to realize that this wasn't the case. Okay, so if we really wanted to earn lots of topaz by transcending a hero fully to level 50, we will actually be making quite a loss at some point. Okay, why so? So this is a table of the complete amount of gold required for transcendence to level 50, and also the amount of topaz that you get back. Okay, so if you just follow me, we're gonna look at the gold portion first. Okay, the gold portion. So column 3 shows you the absolute amount of gold needed. Okay, which increases as you transcend more. This is no surprise. So for column 4, shows you the percentage of increase from the previous cost. Okay, and this is not very uniform, as you can see. So column 5 shows you the difference between the current cost and the previous cost. So this is the absolute difference. You can see that the difference actually increases. The difference keeps increasing actually, yeah. And finally, for column 6, I'm showing you the percentage change of these changes. Okay, so here you can see there are some very big spikes in the increase, mainly at level when you're going from level 34 to 36, 40 to 42, and 48 to 50. So these are the percentage increases. So it is not a very uniform increase, as you can see. It's not that every 2 levels you get a very fixed increase, okay? So next we're going to look at the Topaz portion. For Topaz increase is very steady, as you know, 2 every 2 levels. Okay, but this percentage increase actually falls. Okay, so while your absolute difference, your absolute gain remains at +2 per 2 levels, the relative difference actually decreases. Okay, the relative gain actually falls. So relative gain meaning that if I look at what I gain at level 36 compared to what I gain at level 34, it is lesser in percentage than what I look when I compare level 34 and level 32. Okay, because 2 to 4 is a 200% jump and 4 to 6 is a 150% increase. So if you look at all this, it actually falls a lot. Okay, considerably, it falls really slowly. So upon all this consolidation, and these are some of the takeaways that we can get from the very basic transcendence chart table. Okay, so assuming we use level 40 as the halfway point, from level 30 to 40, you will need 444,500 gold, okay, to get 30 topaz. And from level 40 to level 50, you need 2,160,000, okay, gold, which is about 4.85 times the previous amount from level 30 to 40, to get 80 topaz, which is 2.66 times the amount you get from level 30 to 40. Okay, so absolute value wise, of course, these are much greater, but if you look at relatively, the relative amount is gonna, you compare the amount of gold to the topaz that you get. 4.85 times increase versus 2.66 times increase in topaz. So this is really something weird, something surprising to me. So it actually does seem that we may be spending a lot more than we think if we transcend one hero fully to level 50 just to earn topaz from that, okay? So is there a way or point where the gold topaz ratio is actually most optimal? Yes, there is. So let us use gold cost and topaz for for transcending one hero as the basis of comparison, okay? So with 110 topaz as the goal, because this is the amount you get if you transcend fully from level 30 to 50. Okay, so moving on in scenario 2, let us do transcendence of heroes only up to 32, level 32. Okay, this is quite unique, right? So this will require 55 heroes. It will require 1,897,500 gold, because to transcend to level 32, it is 34,500 each. Okay, and you also get 110 topaz because you get 2 topaz each if you transcend to level 32. Am I right? Okay, so your average gold per topaz is 17,250, and you can see this is a really huge drop. Okay, from the cost involved. It's a huge drop from transcending from level 30 to 50 already. Okay. So in scenario 3, we are going to look at the top row first. Okay, 18 heroes. If you're going to do it to level 34, you need 18 heroes and 1 hero to level 32. So you need 1,555,500 gold. And you get 110 topaz, and your average goes down even further, which means it is even more cost saving. Okay, if you do this combination of 18 heroes to level 34 and 1 hero to level 32. Okay, but who really is going to take note of the exact number of heroes you're going to transcend? Okay, so I made it easier. I did just transcend 19 heroes to level 34 as a comparison in this case. Okay, but you can look, if you want to look at 110 topaz as a base, as a fixed control comparison, you can go ahead and look at the top row. I'm going to talk about the second row now. So basically, if you don't care about, counting so particularly, 19 heroes to level 34 will use up 1,605,500 gold. Okay, because to get to level 34, each hero will use up 84,500 gold each. And overall, if you do 19 heroes, you actually get 114 topaz, and your average goes down more. Your average goes down more. So as the analysis goes on, you will see that the gold topaz at level 36, okay, is actually the lowest. And upon hitting level 38, it actually goes up again as you transcend more, okay, beyond level 38. So as you can see, the most optimal cost saving method, okay, is actually to transcend 10 heroes to level 36 and getting 120 topaz each. And this average cost of using gold to topaz is gonna be super low. It's about even 10,000 gold lower, okay, than transcending one hero from level 30 to 50. Okay, so already here you can see that level 36 is actually the best level to transcend at, and you can move on to another hero. Okay, however, the catch here is that for this cost saving method to work, you need 10 different sets of heroes, am I right? Because you need 10 heroes to level 36. And each of these 10 sets of heroes, you need 4 of the heroes, 4 of the same heroes each. Okay, so you need a total about 40 heroes compared to that 11 heroes that you need for scenario 1. So actually, if you already have a stash, this method would be actually very beneficial. Otherwise, it can take some time before you actually hit 120 topaz. And of course, this depends on the amount of gold you have, the amount of topaz you need as soon as possible. There are a lot of factors involved, but I'm just sharing with you guys what is the most cost optimal way to get the same amount of topaz that you get when you transcend one single hero. Okay, so of course it really depends on your inventory as well and luck, basically. But now you know there is a cheaper way to get topaz. Okay, so to supplement this this finding, another user, Alex Tang from Reddit, Alex Tang, he brought up the idea of using opportunity costs that you will lose if you use these heroes for transcendence. Because if you use a hero for transcendence, they cannot be used they cannot be sold, and you cannot get any gold from that. Okay, of course, gold is not a secondary thing why we sell heroes now. It is soul essence, but I'm not going to talk about soul essence here because that's another resource altogether. I'm going to talk about gold. Still going to talk about gold. Okay, so if you use a hero for transcendence, then you cannot sell it. Okay, again, we're going to only talk about normal heroes here. This whole video is about normal heroes. Okay, so let's take a look at this chart. For a standard case of transcending to level 50, you need to transcend one hero 10 times. You need to have 10 extra heroes of that hero, extra copies of that hero. Use 2,604,500 gold and get 110 topaz. Okay. However, if you chose to sell those 10 extra heroes, you have gotten 78,500 gold. Okay, which is not a lot, but that's something. So actually, this 7, 8, I would like to refer to the second last column, the gold earn, the gold earn column, as the gold value of the heroes. Basically, it is the amount of gold that you get and the amount of gold attached to those heroes. Okay, so that's the gold value. Okay, do remember this. So moving on in case 2, if you have 55 heroes transcended to level 32 and 1 hero at a time, so one hero is only transcended once, you need 55 duplicates. Okay, and you need a total of 110 heroes. That is really crazy. Okay, you need a total of 110 heroes. So your gold, so as you can see, the gold needed is there, the amount of topaz you earn is there, and the gold value of those 55 heroes. Okay, those 55 heroes are also there. So the gold value is only for the extra. Okay, so as you can see, the topaz, okay, the gold per topaz falls, which is great, still great. So I'm gonna fast forward to the whole table. Basically, you can see here that level 36, transcending to level 36 is still the lowest, okay, still the least amount of gold used associated to topaz. Okay, which means this is the most cost efficient and cost saving way to gaining topaz. Okay, basically the gold value of the heroes are low, gold needed is low, and I've already included the formula of how I calculated gold per topaz, so you guys can go check it out. Okay, so actually this is all the video. This is the whole video. Okay, that's all I have. So I just want to say I hope that was not too complicated for you guys, because the takeaway is if you have a variety of heroes, then you can slowly transcend 10 of them, okay, to level 36 to get 120 topaz. But of course, the main takeaway is that level 36, okay, is the best level to stop at after you're transcending and move on to another base copy. Okay. So after you have transcended to level 36, you may sell your hero for soul essence. You may use them as power up material. That doesn't matter. Okay, but in another situation where you actually need topaz really quickly, you may actually want to do maybe one hero to level 38, one hero to level 40, because you need the topaz so badly, urgently, and you don't have other base copies to. You have so many other base copies to transcend. Then maybe if you have the cash to, if you have the gold to spare, you can do the transcendence of one hero a little bit, and yeah, I mean, it really depends on your situation ultimately, but this is I'm just sharing you guys one way to look at topaz farming. And if you do have several copies of several heroes, then it's best to use this method. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you found this video super informative, give it a like, subscribe to my channel for more useful content, and I will see you in my next video. But before I go, I'd like to shout out and thank three users who actually helped me a lot in producing this video, whereby they actually gave their input when I first made the post 1 month ago, and they are Joe Block, 720 Telescope, and of course Alex. Thank you so much!